Grand Theft Auto 5 is an open-world action-adventure video game developed by Rockstar North and published by Rockstar Games, which is owned by BMG Interactive. This game is on top 3 of the best-selling games of all time, with over 45 million copies sold. I will try to state both the obvious and the unobvious. The game's atmosphere is mostly based on a style of comedy called satire. GTA 5 is putting into satire all aspects of society, so therefore we shouldn't take it seriously. For the most part, I agree. However, there is so much focus on making fun of conspiracy theorists and putting Illuminati references in the game, both overtly and covertly, that it makes it a bit of a mystery as to why they would do that. From a marketing perspective, I do not think it would present a benefit, as most of the players will not understand the Illuminati references. We can just look at what the general public likes to watch by comparing views on YouTube. This pop star music video has almost 919 million views. This Grand Theft Auto 5 trailer has over 40 million views, and the game sold over 45 million copies. The most popular Illuminati videos never passed the 5 million mark, and most of the Illuminati videos out there don't even get to 100,000. Based on this comparison, only a very small percentage would actually understand those references. On one hand, conspiracy theorists are portrayed in this game in a very distorted and negative way. This can act as a subliminal message to convince the consumer that he should automatically discard any conspiracy theories and theorists that he will see in the real world. A subliminal message is a message that, if repeated many times, in a way that will bypass your consciousness and appeal to your subconscious mind, will convince you of a certain idea. In this case, that conspiracy theorists are all superficial, delusional idiots. On the other hand, they show Illuminati-type symbolism in the traditional occult way that other game developers practice. The number of such symbolism in GTA 5 is quite vast and mind-blowing to say the least. I will attempt in this video to show as much as possible from both conspiracy theory subliminal mockery as well as the carefully placed Illuminati symbolism. In Lester's house, we see a series of Illuminati symbolism. First, we see this all-seeing eye on top of a suit. The anonymous organization used the man without a head as a logo to represent a leaderless anonymous organization. The fact that they placed the all-seeing eye instead of a head may be a hint towards the idea that the anonymous organization may now be under the control of the Illuminati. Next, we have a bigger all-seeing eye posted on the wall, which states, "The man is watching you." There is also a poster next to it with what appears to be a demonic figure, thus in my opinion, showing who the man is. We are indeed being trolled by the horned beast. If this is intended to be a comedy, then why would they use occult numbers such as 88, which almost nobody would know what it means? Of course, in occult symbolism, this number is very important, as it signifies eternity and the Egyptian sun god Ra. We also have this crow sitting on this skull, which matches perfectly with the occult symbolism meaning, which is of course a harbinger of death. Next to it, there seems to be another horned figure. Finally, there is this pentagram with an eye in the middle.
If we take a look inside the IAA building, we will see this poster with the FIB, which actually include the Illuminati eye. Although you'll think this is just a one-off, they added this in and it looks a little bit like the Illuminati. No, this is actually a reference to the Illuminati. It's just like the eye we see from any Illuminati symbol on the bottom of the circle at the back. If you're wondering what poster I'm looking at, it's the blue square one. It's just going off the screen now, and I zoomed in just off the blue square poster. However, we do notice it has got the Illuminati eye inside the golden brackets, whatever you want to call it, but that is actually Illuminati inside the FIB, which is the high authority in GTA 5. Then coming in for the next one, we have the Knights Templar. Now, this is probably an Assassin's Creed Easter egg, right? No. Well, if anyone knows anything about the Templar, then there were actually people called the Knights Templar in the year 1119. They were secret members of the Illuminati, and they formed a very religious group of people, and they were basically trying to improve the land, and they have such a cool story behind them. It's the Knights of the Templar. Go and check them out. However, they were secret members of the Illuminati. And now coming for the next one, this is probably an off chance, but they used the word obey a lot, including the actual protagonist's car, Michael, and he has the obey tailgater. We also see on the police it says obey and survive. Obey is actually control, and it's a very strong word used within the Illuminati. Now we also see that inside the City of Los Santos stamp, we have an owl. Now an owl is actually seen on a symbol on loads of things, on trains, cars, loads of things in the game. And an owl is a very popular symbol from the Illuminati, a very common one in the top 10 symbols. Coming into this bar, we also see Satan. Now Satan is also done in neon symbols, just like a bull. However, if you take a look at it again, it's actually Satan with the horns, all red as well, and he's advertising beer. So this is another little secret shot from the Illuminati. And if you're wondering who Satan is, then he's not a very good guy, guys, and he is somewhat, if you believe in religion, somewhat of the opposite of God, basically. And now coming for the next one, we have Illuminati reference and a riddle. Now, I don't know why we have this in the game, but it's definitely a reference to the Illuminati of someone making a triangle. It's also got the I next to it and a V next to it as well. I'm not going to bother putting a triangle in it, but we do have an Illuminati reference inside GTA 5 on this massive poster on the wall. You find this near the motorway on the west side. Now going for the next one, this is very, very complicated, but it's actually an elf tower. Now an elf tower is extremely low frequencies. The Illuminati believe that extremely low frequencies were used for mind control and they could brainwash people. The next one we have a PHARAOH eye. Now this is actually on the store PHARAOH, in which we also have the eye as well. Now pharaohs were also believed to be part of the Illuminati very early on into the Illuminati, and pharaohs in Egyptian time, they were very powerful, they were very high up, and they were seen as very, very precious and valuable. So pharaohs were the people who were on the highest scale in Egyptian time, and they were seen as part of the Illuminati, or believed to be part of the Illuminati, as in which they claimed they were before the pharaohs. However, the pharaohs played a huge part in the Illuminati, hence why we also have the logo of the pharaohs as half Illuminati eye, with what looks to be some sort of eyelashes coming off it to make it look a little bit trendy, but that is in fact a connection to the Illuminati as well. It's very weird how there are so many things in the game, but we're not even finished yet, guys. So coming for the next one, we have the secret 5-star trust in the Penrith Tower. Now, of course, everyone's going to focus on Penrith because it looks like something else. But if you take a look at it, it's actually the Illuminati eye shape with 5 stars inside it, which is actually the secret 5-star trust. And the secret 5-star trust is also within the Illuminati as well. And now we also have fallen stars inside the Illuminati eye without no eye inside it. So this is also a cool little reference to the Illuminati, in which we have fallen stars. Now before I carry on with this video, guys, I just wanted to mention I'm not going to be that person who just puts triangles everywhere and says Illuminati, 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 Illuminati. I have spent 6 hours researching everything in this video, and I honest down to you guys, everything I talk about makes a connection within Illuminati. If you research anything, it will all be accurate, and most likely 99% will be accurate. Of course, you might go onto different sites, but honestly, I have researched so much, and it really did confuse me as to why we see the Illuminati in so many places on GTA 5 and why they make it so obvious in some places and so complicated in other places. That is something which really confused me, so I decided to make a little go at this and see how many Illuminati things there are in the game. After a bit of research and your help over on Twitter, we managed to get it. Now this one is very, very good. Very good. This one is actually the Arcadius. If you wonder who the Arcadius are, they are actually the Arcadius, the Arcadian rebels or residents. Now, the residents formed an army in which Ozymandias was a soldier in the army. The Black Plague hit and every soldier in the army died but Ozymandias. Ozymandias used the sickness to make him stronger by rotting his flesh inside, in which Ozymandias then became immortal, but he had to drink the blood of a virgin every 10,000 years from period blood. However, if they weren't a virgin, he would slit her throat and drink the blood from there. A brotherhood was later formed to defeat Ozymandias. And now guess what the brotherhood was? That's right, guys, the Illuminati. They were formed to defeat Ozymandias. Now the augury, the Illuminati doomsday clock. Augury is also an insurance company with 4 triangles in shape of a triangle. However, the augury is also an Illuminati doomsday clock, which of course is counting as to what is counting towards. Of course, we'll see 1:23 PM. I'm not too sure what date it has. Maybe it's come, maybe it's gone, maybe it's coming. But the augury is in fact the Illuminati doomsday clock, or is some connection to it.
But the Aztecas? Man!
The Aztecas. It's just a name. Is he Illuminati as well? Anunnaki? Huh? One of those lizard people? Man, that's some fucking pyramid scheme bullshit.
Pyramids is good, man. Illuminati pharaoh shit.
And that's also a soundtrack. We also see in Franklin's mother's house, his other safe house of the first one, we see another Illuminati poster, and we can also get the Illuminati eye on tattoos if you look just under his boxer shorts. We also have this gesture right here, which is popular in the Illuminati. Sources suggest the Codex or Geotia symbol is actually making a triangle sign between your hands, in which this happens, from Mr. Dr. Frenlander and also Christopher Marge, and they are very two significant figures who claim to be the Illuminati using their hand signals. We also see them mocking Jesus, which is what the Illuminati do not believe in. They also mock the evolution theory by saying the fruit tree is a lie, which is actually the Garden of Eden, in which they go and pick an apple, and then they eat it, and they get thrown out of the Garden of Eden. They also put a saddle on the back of a dinosaur, which takes the mick out of dinosaurs, saying they never existed, and they're basically saying that we're a ball of fire which turned into humans. We also see the 6, which has an upside down cross on top of it as well, which is also a reference to the Illuminati.
Inside of this game, there is also a virtual version of the internet, where the main search engine is called iFind. This can point out the possibility that Google is also part of the Illuminati, since they like to use the main colors of Freemasonry. Of course, we can find sites such as Lies Damn Lies, which are parodies of conspiracy sites. However, I do not think that satire can be an excuse for having the enormous amount of Illuminati symbolism that this game has, as I explained in the beginning of the video.
And if we look on the UV map, we see significance to this blue writing saying shoot for the stars with a star on it. Now, it doesn't take a brainiac to realize that if you come over to this location, it's actually the observatory, and exactly where the star is, there is a sniper. And if you zoom in on the sniper, which is pointing towards the Penrith building, which Penrith is an anagram for sniper, and on the Penrith building there is an eye with 5 stars inside the eye. This can only be seen at nighttime. It's not really good to see at daytime as it lights up at nighttime, and it's just a lot easier to see at nighttime. But the 5 stars linking to the 5-star trust, which is absolutely mental, absolutely crazy. But as you can see here, once you line it up perfectly with the helicopter, you will notice this looks just like the temple that we see with the Illuminati, with the red dot between the 5 stars, e.g. the 5-star trust, and the eye on top of it.
Coming up next, it's Blaine County Radio Community Hour and a rebroadcast of the podcast by Ronald Jakowski.
The missiles are airborne. America, you have 6 minutes before you are annihilated.
The dead have risen and are feasting on living humans. We're at the scene.
Do you have ED? Why secret government experiments have already made you impotent.
Chilling words, of course. But something that you will probably hear soon. Or would if it wasn't being kept secret from us by the lamestream media and all the other gatekeepers. Well, today on Blaine County Radio Community Hour, I, Ronald Jakowski, say screw your gates. I will show you how close we are to death by robopocalypse and how little freedom we really have. Open your ears, people! Thanks to the collapse in media advertising, local stations such as this have eliminated their staffs and allowed volunteer truth seekers like me to finally be heard. Shit, where's that sound effect button? I'm the one to tell you the truth. There will be no more lies. In today's show, we'll look at the drug trade, at private security, at breasts, at prepper roadkill recipes, and the Soviet-style purge of this state that is coming. at the alien Lord Zaffo and how his reign on Earth led to the development of human agriculture and at food additives. If people are actually going to take health advice from the government, then they deserve what they get. Next message.
Hey, thanks for all that you do for the war on our minds, Ron. I love your show. We gotta fight this conservative plot to return America to a pre-industrial state in which a few corporations own everything. Seriously, I mean, thanks to Big Pharma, all my children are crippled from vaccines.
They're crippled because you drink and drive.
Woman, I'm calling into a radio show. Shut your trap. It's the vaccines. I know it. We all know it's common knowledge. Polio's like a snake bite. Once you catch it, you just suck out the poison. People in wheelchairs are quitters. Anyway, Ron, let me know how to carry on the fight.
Are covert prisons being built in the desert? Is a secret fraternity controlling world leaders? Who really runs American banks? And the secret scheme behind the penny in your pocket. These are some of the incredible truths revealed today on Conspire. With me, your host, John Smith, which of course is not my real name, as we show you who and what really runs your world. I've also got an amazing report into the reality behind game shows and how they were used to fight communism, and a look into how the electric car was, in fact, invented before the internal combustion engine, way back in 1890. It's going to be another great show if they don't take me off the air. I fought big business. I've attacked media conglomerates and liberal elites. I'm the man they're too frightened to speak to. I'm John Smith, and they do not, I repeat, not know who I am. So, without further ado, without any unnecessary pomp or circumstance or long verbose intros, let's hit the phones. Hello, Truth Seeker. You're on Conspire, and you know the drill.
Hey, John. Big fan of the show. I loved you since I heard you told us the fact that the Library of Congress keeps a secret vault containing a cast of every member of Congress's penis. I mean, it's simply...
This is New World Order. I'm your host, Dwayne Thorne. I'm an American. Are you? If not, you don't deserve to own a radio. If, like me, you don't want a passport and consider Los Santos far too full of, exotic people, this is the show for you. Too many shows have started up with no respect for politic persuasion, no understanding that a real man doesn't need to see the world to have an opinion on it, and certainly doesn't need to meet foreigners to know they are up to no good. The world is a beautiful place. Let's make sure it stays that way by controlling it properly.
Both Blaine County Radio and WKTT have the same logo and share the red and blue Masonic colors. Space Radio has a triangle-shaped rainbow, which I associate with a rainbow bridge, which is a powerful occult symbol in Masonic tradition and establishes connection between worlds, just like the bridge in Asgard. The Low Down 91.1 makes clear reference to 9/11, which is also the IXXI, the Saturn Gate, the Gates of Hell, which is the land of the fallen, which is also pointed out by the Low Down, and where the arrow points. Rebel Radio, which is the Red Bull, the most worshipped fallen angel, whether you prefer to call him Moloch, Baphomet, or Satan, it's the same thing. Soulwax FM. If you take a look at the antenna with the lightning bolts, you can also see an X. Thus we have the two X's, just like on Saturn's gates, the gates of hell. X channel, the red X. More Saturn symbolism, like it wasn't already enough. In my opinion, this game has been invented by the elites to keep us preoccupied and distracted, worshipping their symbolism without even knowing, while they are out there, laughing and making plans for even more control.
Welcome to paradise.